and gentlemen, yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, sports fans! Welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, where we cover all of the top sports stories that have happened this week. I am your host, Eric. Main man right over there, Ron. How are you tonight?
I don't know why you're so happy.
I am
This has
psyched.
been
I've got so much steam that I got to let out tonight, Ron, that everyone out there that's joining us live, you are going to have a blast.
now
This
you
is
just heard how I felt, right? All of those
Yes.
blank spaces. That was me censoring myself because everything I wanted to say were curse words.
Yeah, you're probably true. We'd have to do a lot of bleeping. Speaking of bleeping,
Been all right.
we're gonna thank those that help continue to make us grow before we get into our show. So, Ron, how about our good friends there in Providence, Rhode Island?
Tonight's show is brought to you by Sprout Co-working. For all your co-working needs, large or small, visit sproutcoworking.com.
Also want to thank our good friends there in Dallas, Georgia. Thank you for the support. 99.1 WDJY FM for putting us on every Saturday at 1 p.m. We appreciate that support. A lot of listeners out there. Come join us on Fridays, 6 p.m. We'd love to hear from you out there and let us know what you think of the show, as well as our good friends here in Southeast Connecticut, S6E27, Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for putting us on every Tuesday. We appreciate the support there. And if you're watching us there, jump in on Friday nights. Let us know what you think of the show as well. Ron, before we get started, I do have to say to everyone out there, I'm shocked you are on tonight, because I would have thought you personally, of all people, would have been in New York City with the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce wedding. I know you're a man of love and compassion and wanted to see that happen. So I was like, he's not going to do the show tonight.
Well, I did get the invite. The problem is, Eric, here's the problem. Since we started season 1, episode 1,
Yes.
I have yet to miss a show.
Oh, you have, and you're keeping that streak. You are the Cal Ripken
I
of
am.
sports podcasting.
I am. And I take pride in that. And it's not like I come in, and just do like a little segment here or there. I'm on
You
the
bring
whole
the heat.
thing. I'm
The
in
entire
the
thing.
game, man.
You're in it. So you told Taylor, sorry, can't go.
Couldn't go.
You didn't even RSVP. You were like, nope, not going.
Nope.
She may be disappointed, but
She probably is.
I'm happy you're here with us. Well, Ron, it's going to be this kind of show all night, people. So just, stay tuned. I guess
should
we'll
we skip the leadoff?
I mean, should we? Probably, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Our leadoff story. The Celtics have shipped. Almost said that wrong, too. Shipped out Jaylen Brown. Trade was for Paul George, 2 first-round draft picks in 28 and 31, and
Used to think George was my friend.
2 second-round draft picks in 28 and 30. Ron, I have to start.
And it is shipped out.
Yeah, shipped.
Because this is not a trade.
We got change that P to a T, because that's what this deal was for the Boston Celtics, if you ask me. My curiosity is this, Ron. You traded 29-year-old Eastern Conference Finals MVP 2 years ago. So this isn't like you go, it was like 5-6 years ago. He's probably back for a guy who's 36, and to your competitor, your rival is the Philadelphia 76ers. Why would you make that team stronger? Why would you put yourself in a position to make a team that you know you're going to compete against in the East to get to the Eastern Conference?
Just lost to.
Listen, yeah, which they did. Yeah, exactly. You lost. I didn't even think about that until you just said it. But this was a blown opportunity by the Boston Celtics in the front office once they put Brown's name attached to Giannis Antetokounmpo. And they ended up putting themselves in such a trap because no team was going to trade for Jaylen Brown based on the fact that they know Brown wanted out at that point. So they were offering, from what I heard, 40 cents to the dollar for Jaylen Brown. Boston had no choice but to make a deal. And at that point, make a deal with the Sacramento Kings. I would have rather had one first-round pick and whoever's even there.
Right, exactly.
Than the Philadelphia 76ers. So I think we really got to first and foremost blame Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
He screwed this up, whatever he did with him and Brown and whatever happened behind closed doors that obviously we'll never know about. I mean, I think.
And I got to say, so far Jaylen Brown hasn't really dragged the Celtics through the mud, and I bet you he can.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm sure he wants to move on from it. He's not happy. Again, you think about, you have the two Jays who obviously have had a ton of success. We're not going to sit back and say the Boston Celtics haven't been good. They've been a very competitive team. They've been in the postseason every year with these two guys. You needed a piece around them. And when you got it in 24, you win a championship.
Yeah.
And I know we've complained about you need to trade them. One of them, you figure it out. But to trade them for Paul George is where I'm having the problem. I'm not saying Paul George isn't a good player, but he's a good player on the back end of his career who last season was suspended for 25 games.
And you traded a guy that's in his prime. In his prime.
For a guy that's clearly not. Clearly not. Paul George averaged 11 points less than Jaylen Brown.
Nothing about this trade that is good. Nothing.
Even the draft picks are going to be low draft picks. The Philadelphia 76ers are gearing up now.
Yeah.
Anthony Simon ended up going there. They're talking about LeBron James possibly going there. Like, they're going to just gear up. They saw what the Knicks did, and they said, okay, well, we're just going to put these pieces together and see how they fit. Tyrese Maxey.
If you have Embiid healthy, they got the pieces they need.
This team's loaded. With Maxey,
team is a good team.
Maxey, Brown, and Embiid, absolutely loaded. That's a better lineup than the New York Knicks.
That is championship caliber team right there. And if you add another piece to this,
there's going to be players that want to go.
Just write it in. Yeah. They're going to look as good as Detroit was last season, as good as the Knicks were in the postseason. I don't think they can compete with that. Because, you're looking at a potential 3 top 10 players on the same team. And that's exactly what it is. 3 top 10. You figure Jaylen Brown was 6th in MVP voting. Maxey, definitely top 10. I mean, he's fantastic.
I think he's great.
And on top of all of that, we haven't even talked about Edgecombe, who was so good as a rookie.
This
team is going to be insane. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah, and to me, Embiid is a bonus because I don't even think they need him to be great.
No, I think they're better off without him, honestly, at this point. So I wanted to ask this question, Ron. Does this move make the Boston Celtics closer to winning a championship?
No.
So in the grand scheme of it, this was supposed to be the year that we sat back and it was a rebuild year when Tatum was out. Brown carried the team, gets them to the postseason. And now are you telling the Boston fans that this is a rebuild year again? Because that's how I'm looking at it. They picked up Robinson from the New York Knicks. They needed a big man, but you needed a big man that could score. And Robinson's very good defensively, rebounding. That's great. Hacker Robinson now for 82 games in Boston. Great. We get to watch him throw bricks up for free throws. What did you do to help the Boston Celtics stay competitive in the East? Nothing.
Look, I'm going to say this, and I really, truly believe that the sale of the Boston Celtics was a complete downfall of this franchise, because this ownership group has done nothing but show us that they are just going to unload everybody and try to make money. And you know what this is saying? Hello, Boston Red Sox basketball version. This is exactly what we're getting. They are going to make it look like they're trying to do something, but it's a smoke screen, and this team is going to be absolute garbage when it comes time for game one. And when you have, two guys that you're going to count on, and the fact that they think that Double P is going to be the answer to make up for Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely.
Well, I love Double P, but he is not Jaylen Brown. And I think it's a joke that they're actually trying to pawn this off on us as if Boston fans are just so blind. Oh, wait. Yes, they are blind. I'm so sorry. They are blind because they put up with it with the Red Sox. And then here we are in off season, and we're getting it from the Celtics and the Bruins. And you know what? I'm done with it. I will say, Neely and Sweeney is the same thing as what this
Brad
franchise
Stevens
is doing now.
We here in the New England area have probably the worst ownerships in sports right now. And I will clearly say we talked about this at work today with a couple of my coworkers. And think about this: Rafael Devers, when they traded him, they didn't get really much back. They didn't get anything back. I mean, the Celtics
left of that either.
Now the Celtics, Jaylen Brown for nothing. The Boston Bruins, how many times did we see all these other teams making great free agent acquisitions in Boston, knowing that they need like a top line center or something like that? Just let all these guys go and then say, oh, we picked up this veteran who's played for the last 12 years in the league. Okay, well, clearly he's on the back end of his career. It's like they're all mimicking each other and seeing who can make the worst deals and still pack an arena, pack a stadium, because that's what they do. The only team that legitimately continues to try to make moves is the New England Patriots. Yeah. And we say they're the cheap ones. Half the times we'll sit back and go, why didn't they get a top receiver? Why did they go out and trade for A.J. Brown? They went last year and spent the most money in free agency and got to a Super Bowl.
Wants to win because he's also a fan. He was a fan of the team before he owned it. And he wanted to save the Patriots, and he did that because he's a fan.
Yeah.
And I love the fact
Kenny,
that
thanks for joining.
They do what they have to do, and now we have 3 franchises in this area that are worthless in my
100%.
book.
100%. The Boston Celtics went from a top contender. Listen, Vegas had them booked to be one of the top teams, even after the next one. This move here clearly moves Philadelphia up and moves it past Boston. And this is what they're going to sit
There's
back
a
and
couple
give
of
us.
teams that are ahead of them now.
How does that give any Boston Celtics fan any enthusiasm about this upcoming season now? And you're also bidding on Jason Tatum. Still probably not 100%. I don't care what you say. That injury, he is definitely an individual that you can say mentally, that injury is going to affect him for quite some time. That's your number one star. That's your only star. Yeah, that's your only star.
He's not happy.
He shouldn't be, because you've got Jason Tatum and a bunch of role players. And I don't care how good you think Jason Tatum is. He could be a top 5 player in the NBA today. He cannot carry a team by himself. He cannot. He can win some games. They're not getting to a championship. You've just destroyed this franchise.
Eric, I don't even think they're done. I got a feeling Derek White is going to be next. And one of the big men have to go if they just got Robinson. So I'm guessing Garza is the guy that goes.
I haven't heard anything about Mike Conley. Is he on the block? Are they talking about Mike Conley? Because I hope not.
What does that do? Like, where is he going to fit in? If you have Derek White, where does Conley fit in?
Oh, why Celtics signed Mike Conley? They signed Mike Conley. That is phenomenal.
Well, now I'm pretty sure that I'm right.
Mike Conley's 39.
Yeah.
So you get Mike Conley at 39 and Paul George at 36. This is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah. Say goodbye to Derek White while you're at it, because he's on his way out.
Bronny James, best future off a trade from the Lakers. Let's get Bronny. Bring him in. At least he'll be younger.
It's a joke. It's a joke what this new ownership group is doing
White,
to the Celtics.
Peyton Pritchard and Mike Conley now is your backcourt for the Boston Celtics. Listen, this team, I'm sorry. They've destroyed a franchise.
They might not make the playoffs.
I hope they don't.
Because I'm looking at this now. Detroit is better. Philly is better. New York is better. Toronto is better. Charlotte is better.
Charlotte losing Ball might hurt them a little bit.
Yeah,
so that one could hurt.
Kobe.
But I would say, to your point, that's probably the 6th, 7th best team. It's all dumb,
yeah,
but this is the problem. Why, Kenny? Kenny, if you, of all people who are a diehard Celtics fan, can tell me why this Boston Celtics would dump at this point when they realistically overachieved last year. Last year was supposed to be the dump year.
They were one player away.
Last year was the dump year. Last year was the year you said, okay, Tatum's out. We're just going to ride this through.
And I'll tell you.
They got rid of Porzingis and Drew Holiday last year because of the same thing. Like, oh, let's just rebuild. Okay, fine. I could live with it. But now you're getting worse. Now you're literally scrap heaps. It's like going to the dump and you got a Mercedes and you're saying, I'm going to put in a friggin' Hyundai motor in my car because, you know what I mean? I just want to save some money. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You've changed a franchise in a matter of a week. A week. I understand they had to trade Jaylen Brown. I get it. Because Jaylen Brown was not happy anymore. He wasn't going to stay in Boston, and they had to do something. But then do something that makes a little more sense for your team than 2 draft picks that are worthless, and a guy that's 36 who clearly in the next 2 years is retiring.
Yeah, because where you gonna pick in that Philadelphia spot? Bottom 4?
your pick's going to be better because your team's going to stink more. So it's not even like you got anything for it. And honestly, the kid's coming out today.
And that's the problem. It was a dump of a player that still would have, if he didn't want to share the court with Tatum, he wasn't going to throw, his season away. He was still going to try no matter what. I mean, it's Jaylen Brown. Like, he's a great player. And you were literally one player away from a championship again. One player. And hell, this may sound crazy, but you need one player. Hey, why not? If you want an old player, why not kick the tires on LeBron for a couple of years with Tatum and Brown and see what happens, right? Look, he was willing to take $15 million a year. That's what he's willing to do. And you just didn't even acknowledge that. Because I'll tell you what, I'll take LeBron at 42 over Paul George at 36.
Agreed.
Any day of the week.
Agreed.
As much as I give LeBron a hard time in my past, I would still do that every day.
Yeah. So
one player. That's all you needed. One player.
Boston Celtics
and now it's done.
Train wreck.
It's done. Now you're going to waste Jason Tatum's career.
Train wreck. All right, Ron, we're going to move on.
What? I'm going to be watching the Knicks all year.
Indiana Pacers, too. Don't forget, Halliburton comes back. Pacers could be
Halliburton. Yes, let's go, Hallie.
So that might be Hallie. He's already got a nickname for him. I love it. All right, Ron, let's talk a little bit of NFL here. Brandon Ayuk, this situation with the San Francisco 49ers. Do you think he's out in San Francisco, or has Brandon Ayuk still got life left?
Probably, because if we're talking about it, he is already.
Yeah,
he is already. I mean, let's face it. When you talk about a team that has had one debacle after another every single year, usually it's with quarterbacks. Like, remember when, is Debo gone? Yes, he's gone. This is the same thing. This is the exact same thing that we went through with Debo.
Yeah, so
and here we are again. Now it's with Ayuk. Well, you know what? Come to New England.
This story's getting
we got room.
This story's getting a little weird because Ayuk's claiming that his former agent basically influenced the situation with the 49ers. He stated that he's not going to return to that team other than on October 19th, because that's when the Washington Commanders will be coming to town. He is trying to push for the Commanders and his former quarterback in college, Jaden Daniels, to sign him. I don't know if guys today understand that when you demand certain things, you tend to not get what you want. And if you do, it's because the other team is willing to pay more than your expense value. Like, you can't, if I'm the Commanders right now, there's no need for me to even make a move. Even to ask, he's under contract, you can't anyway. But if I'm the 49ers, we'll send you to Tennessee. You want to go, you go where we send you, because Tennessee's going to give us a second-round pick, whereas Washington gives us a fifth. You don't make the decision where you want to go.
See, this is what I would see. If I was a GM in any league, anywhere. Soon as a player gets demanding, I'm all over that. You know, you're not going to get anything you want. I'd rather have you say, hey, you know what, coach? Put him on the bench. Don't play him.
Do you know how many
Don't play 'em.
receptions
And
Ayuk
I'm not
had?
even going to trade you.
Do you know how many receptions Ayuk had last year?
How many?
0. He didn't play.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
With an
that's right, he was
injury.
hurt.
So I don't know. And then I looked at it and I said, all right, maybe 294 receptions for 4,305 yards, 14.6 yards per reception, and 25 touchdowns. It's not like he's dominating. You know, he's a 50-ish a season reception guy. It's not like you sit back and go, wow, I'm gonna demand some stuff because I am. Look at my numbers, man. People are gonna jump all. Miles Garrett, when he said he wanted to leave Cleveland, I think 30 teams called and said, Cleveland, what the hell? Like, what do we got to give? What are you looking
Even
for?
Cleveland's inner office was like, hey, wait, should we trade for this guy?
Yeah, like,
oh, wait, we have him.
Yeah. So, yeah, right. Cleveland was like, somebody get on the phone. We're giving up draft picks for him. Wait, we own them. We're trying to get draft picks, right?
Yeah.
I just think this situation's getting ugly. Here's another. It's almost like the Jaylen Brown with the Celtics thing. Like they're just so far apart now. Where you remember back in the old days, you could mend fences, and you'd see guys come back and say, we work things out.
What GMs do. Look, Eric, I gotta say that if, like I said, if I'm a GM, I'm not sending somebody where they want to go. And I'll be damned if I'm sending them to a rival. I don't care if I get the worst deal in history.
So San Francisco
sending them out
to the Seahawks or the Rams, like that's what all good team. No, wait, no. Okay.
No.
Only the Boston Celtics.
I'm going to send them to Cleveland. Or the Jets.
I'm sending
them. That's where I'm sending them.
And then let them
not even Tennessee, because Tennessee gets good every once in a while. Cleveland and New York Jets, they never get good.
Yeah. It's a good point.
And they don't have quarterbacks.
we will have to see how this all pans out, but I think Ayuk's
he's gone.
Stuck.
He's gone.
But he's stuck until San Francisco wants to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
They're not moving on from him until.
And I wouldn't look. You want to get traded? You got to stop putting up numbers.
Yeah, that to me makes a difference.
We're not trading you until you do.
Right. We want your value higher. You need to produce.
That's right. I would not do it. I'd make them ride that bench. You're not producing in a game. Good, sit. Might as well not produce. Yeah. Nobody will want you.
Yeah. All right, Ron. Crazy stat time.
This is man. We haven't even gotten to hockey yet.
Crazy.
And I'm going to explode.
So 3 teams have had 10 fumble games. So 10 times they fumbled in a game. This is the crazy part, though. Are you ready? The 49ers did it in 1978 and lost 33-14.
Wow, so that's pretty close considering.
Makes sense, right?
10 fumbles?
10 fumbles. The Lions in 1967, though, Ron, tied at 10-10.
Wait, they still managed to get a tie?
Tie. But the
Eagles... they only gave up 1 point per fumble.
But the Eagles in 1943 actually won their game 28-14 against the Giants.
How?
So imagine fumbling 10 times in a game and still winning by 2 touchdowns. How bad were the Giants that year?
Damn.
Wow. So.
Wow, that's terrible.
I was like,
how do you lose to a team
they must have
like
all
that?
Lost every one of them. And I'm like, wait, they tied. They won a game. Like, that's insane to think about.
That's a crazy numbers right there.
10 turnovers in a game and you still win.
Maybe they were Apple turnovers.
1943, my friend. Apple turnovers. Yes. All right. Which are pretty good.
One was in the Big Apple.
It was. All right, Ron. It is time for starting 5.
This is a barn burner. I apologize ahead of time, by the way.
Tonight's starting 5. Athletes named Kyle. So we have a starting five of athletes named Kyle. Ron, you are first tonight, so I'm
Can't
sure
even
you
look at the
have
screen, can you?
750 honorable mentions.
No,
So
just 5.
I have 3, but we'll let you go first with your honorable mentions.
Oh, I'm first today?
It is, what are we, 27? Oh, wait, am I first?
Yeah, I think you're first.
Okay, well, I'll start with my honorable mentions then.
Because I was first last week.
You were. That would make me first this week. So I had Kyle Long, 3-time Pro Bowler, the offensive lineman. Not bad.
He was almost there for me.
Almost. Kyle Schwarber, again, 370 home runs, 3-time All-Star, honorable mention.
Yep.
And my bubble guy, because as you like to call him, bubble guy, Kyle Larson with 2 championships and 32 wins was on the bubble for me.
Wow, he's on the bubble?
Bubble.
Dang.
So those were my...
Schwarber was my bubble guy.
That's my 3 honorable mentions.
I have Kyle Van Noy, believe it or not. He had pretty good numbers. Actually, they were very comparable to a guy I actually have in my top 5. But he was honorable mention because of that fact. If I'm going to put one guy in my top 5, he had to at least been in an honorable mention spot. I have Kyle Troop. Who's Kyle Troop, you ask? He is a professional bowler with 12 career wins.
How's that impressive? 12 wins in bowling?
12 career wins.
That's not good.
On the Pro Bowl tour.
That's not good.
Yeah, you'd be... There's like the leader's only got like 30 something, I think.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
I still can't believe they traded for Mike Conley, but go ahead.
Anyway, he's still there because he was a bowler and I had to give him some love. We need those guys to get some love. Best bowler named Kyle, easily.
Walter Ray Williams, 47.
See? So it's not
titles.
that far away.
That's titles, though. Is that?
Yes, 12 titles.
Okay, so 47, 43, 40, 37, 35, 34.
Hey, if he goes on a run, he can catch up in no time.
Bro, horrible. But go ahead. No.
All right, I have Kyle Walker, 6-time premier champion for soccer. 6-time champ.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was one of the best defenders ever. Also, Kyle Seager, 3rd baseman.
Yeah.
Had pretty decent... Look, you say, he had similar numbers to Schwarber. 242 home runs, less power.
How's that
better
similar?
batting average.
Okay.
almost 1,400 hits right now.
Okay.
So 251 average, which is
130
better than
more,
239.
It's close. Close but different. I hear you.
It's close. Different kind of players.
30 home runs. Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty good defensive player.
Okay.
He has a gold glove.
All right. Hey. Woo.
Well, you know, there's been guys that have like dominated over there in the corner.
Got a gold glove. Whoa.
He has a gold glove. Yeah.
We gave him applause for that. It deserved an applause.
I sense some sarcasm there.
No, not at all. Not at all. Go ahead. Do you have one more, I believe?
No, that's it.
Oh,
Kyle
that's
Schwarber was the other guy.
All right, let's get into this list of Kyles. At number 5 for me, I had Kyle Williams, a defensive tackle from Buffalo. 48 and a half sacks in his career, 6-time Pro Bowler. The man was a beast in the middle. So I went Kyle Williams at number 5.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. At number 5, I have Kyle Connor. Winnipeg Jets, 323 career goals, 351 assists, 65 game winners. He's won a Lady Bing, and he's made it to one All-Star game, but he's a goal scorer.
I think every hockey guy that I checked was a minus. So I did.
He was a minus.
They were all minus. Every
But
Kyle in the NHL was a minus.
Yeah, most of the minus, though, was at the beginning of his career when he first started, when the Winnipeg Jets were really bad.
Okay. All right. At number 4 for me, and I'm still debating this one, Kyle Lowry, former Toronto Raptor.
I didn't even have him on my list.
13.8 points, 6 assists, but he was a 6-time All-Star, did make an All-NBA once and an NBA champion. So because of the championship, Mike Lowry. So Kyle Lowry got in for me at number 4.
Yeah, he didn't make my list. I just don't like him.
He doesn't like you either, though. So that's,
I don't care.
That's good. I'm glad.
You know, look at his snarl. He's snarling at me. I can feel it.
Yeah, easy.
Like,
right.
When was he good last? It's been a while.
Been a while.
Number 4, I have defensive tackle Kyle Williams. I loved his numbers. 6 Pro Bowls. I mean, the big guy even had 4 interceptions.
Oh, I messed up. Go ahead.
14 forced fumbles, 10 fumble recoveries, and 57.5 sacks. Oh, he was good.
Yes, he was. I messed up. Kyle Larson at number 3 for me was not an honorable mention. 2-time champion, 32 wins, 215 top 10s. Kyle Larson made my list at number 3.
Yeah, Kyle Larson made my list at number 3 as well. I mean, he's good, and he's been on a tear lately too. Yeah. He's just like taking NASCAR and just putting it in his pocket.
Okay,
he's owning it.
All right, I gotcha. All right, at number 2 for me, Kyle Busch.
Oh my God!
4-time champion, 63 wins.
With you.
395 top 10s. 395 top 10s. Kyle Busch at number 2.
Yeah, I have Kyle Busch at number 2 as well.
All right. Oh, how's this possible? All right.
I'm guessing I forgot somebody.
No, you mentioned him. My number 1, you put on your honorable mention. I put him at number 1. Kyle Walker, 6-time Premier League champ, 1-time Championship League champ, and the 2023 FIFA World X1 champs or whatever. Yeah. So that's, 8 championships. Yeah. I think that's pretty damn special.
It is. He's a great defender, but he doesn't score goals, and I like goals.
But he's defender. He's not a goal
I know
scorer.
He's a defender. I know.
You could have this argument about every time you talk about defensemen in the NHL.
I know.
Okay. So I went Kyle Walker. I thought he was the most
good choice. I'm not saying it's not worthy.
Okay.
He's not James worthy, but he is worthy.
Your number 1?
I have this gentleman right here. Kyle Maynard. Look, obviously he has, had a little defect, and he had 4 of his limbs amputated.
Okay.
And this guy is an athlete. This guy was a wrestler in high school. He went on to become an MMA fighter and had 3 fights. I didn't even look to see if he won or not, because to me it didn't matter. But that is not why I put him on here. He is the first quadruple amputee to climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
I can't even climb my stairs.
Without the aid of prosthetics.
Wow. That's crazy. That's pretty impressive.
That is just unbelievable. I can't even imagine. Like, just to do it with both hands and both feet is tough enough. This guy did it without all 4.
That's like, wow, that's amazing.
You know how that is mind-boggling to me.
Agreed.
And I could not deny him that number one spot because, frankly,
Got it right.
in a group of good to mostly average athletes in Kyle's, this guy is way above average.
No, I agree.
Way above.
That was a good one. Very good, Ron. Very good. All right, Ron. It is time to talk some NBA. That was our list of Kyle's. Let us know if you agree. That was a good one. All right. So, obviously, a couple more deals happened here in the NBA this week. Which NBA trade will have a bigger impact next season? The Ja Morant to the Portland Trailblazers or Kawhi Leonard returning to the Toronto Raptors? Which one will have a bigger impact?
That's really tough because I look at both rosters and I gotta lean towards Toronto, to be honest with you, for a couple of reasons. First of all, they're in the East. So when you're top three in the East, you got a good shot at going to the championship, as we know from the New York Knicks. Okay? And I like the Toronto Raptors team. And adding Kawhi Leonard gives them an opportunity to get to that postseason and to get to the championship. Because I really, truly believe now they're in the mix with the Knicks, Detroit, Philadelphia. I think those four teams are the front runners right now. Orlando, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, fifth in the East last year. The Raptors 46-36. You get a player that obviously has proven on the biggest stages that he can win and he can do it at a.
He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key. And I think that's why I like the Trailblazers move a little better. I like the youth. I like the fact that if they can keep Ja Morant's head straight,
yeah,
that you're talking about. Listen, the only guy, Dame Lillard, still is a shooter. Like he proved that by winning the 3-point contest when he wasn't even playing. Denny Avdija is one of their young and upcoming players. He averaged over 20 points a game. Like
it's the real deal.
Now you put him, Ja Morant. Like I like that dynamic. I like the youth.
The only downfall, Eric, though, is the fact that they have four guys to play the same position.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll make a move to your point.
And yes, I'm sure they will, but they're also out in the West. And I know that they gave a run this year.
Yeah, listen, 7th in the West, 42-40.
They almost just took down the Giant.
And they didn't have, great players. And Ja Morant could be, I would say, better than an average. He is probably could be that second tier of an NBA player today if he just kept his head straight. I think he could
be even better than that. I think he could be top 10 easily.
Yeah, he's got to get there though and then stay consistent for me to even say that. Yeah.
It's all in here.
Yeah. Whatever's between the ears, if he can keep that, I think they are much better off. Dame Lillard's just there as I think it's like a show me piece. Like, hey, look what we have. We have Dame Lillard. He's so but I think these young kids can definitely make a difference. Yeah. So I like it. Listen, I think you're right though. Toronto made out with this deal because he's comfortable there. That's probably the biggest problem with Kawhi sometimes too. Is like if he's not, he's one of those weird dudes. Where, if you're not comfortable, it's like he's awkward. It's just not he likes the ownership. He knows the city. They'll embrace him right off the bat because of what he meant to that city, whatever.
Yeah. I think it's been both 6 years. Did a great job.
Yeah.
And like you said, I don't think Portland is done. I think somebody is still going to go.
Derek White. Well, we just get rid of everybody on Boston. Payne Pritchard. Ron.
But yeah, so I think look, Ja Morant makes this team a contender.
Stay healthy, keep your head straight.
Because, if LeBron's not going to be back in LA, I don't know how they're going to replace that.
Yeah, they've put some pieces around, but I think Luka's health is always another one that's a concern.
Yeah.
They are nothing without him now. Like
Literally.
you go listen. We could sit back and say LeBron James at 42. To your point, he could still help a team win.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't have Luka, and now LeBron's gone.
Look,
I don't know what you get.
I saw what LeBron did in that series with with OKC, and he impressed me.
Yeah, LeBron,
and
he's still
he
got a little
worked
bit
his butt off.
He's got a little bit of gas left in the tank. Ron, this might be the craziest. I don't even know if it's a stat. This might be the craziest thing we've ever talked about. A lot of trades, a lot of moves.
It's
right?
been weird.
It's been a lot going on. So Kyle Korver, right? One of the best.
How come he wasn't on your list?
One of the best knockdown shooters, those spot up shooters in NBA
Sure.
during his time. Despite all of his achievements, Ron.
What achievements?
Are you ready to find out what he was traded for?
What achievements is what I want to know.
He scored. He did all right. He had a couple good years.
Sure.
All right. The New Jersey Nets drafted Kyle Korver. The Nets then traded Kyle Korver to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for $125,000 in cash. Some teams do that. But the Nets then used the cash to purchase a photocopy machine. So Kyle Korver, in turn, was traded for a photocopy machine in his NBA career.
That sounds about right.
That may be a new one for all of us. Like, we thought the Boston Celtics got nothing. You got nice photocopies there in New Jersey saying, hey, look at the guy.
Rivals the Red Sox trading away Babe Ruth to open up a Broadway show.
Right? Like, what is going on, man? I was like,
it wasn't even Broadway. Wasn't it Boston?
Photocopy. You got a photocopy machine for Kyle Korver.
Photocopier. Got him for Xerox.
Let's do it, man.
Hey, it wouldn't be so bad if it was a 3D printer. I'd take that.
But let me ask you this, Ron. How bad was their financing that they had to trade a guy to get the money to buy a copier? Like, who was running that organization to say, you know what?
Isn't it?
If we trade Kyle Korver, we could probably afford to get that photocopy machine that we haven't been able to get because it's just way out of our budget. Do it. Make the move, man. We need to make some copies.
That's embarrassing.
We need to make some copies.
I feel bad for Kyle Korver now.
Right? Like, God, that story will stick.
Copy machine. Maybe it was one of those where they can like clone a copy a player.
You know when we'd make like they traded him for like a bag of chips. They literally
that joke.
They traded him for a photocopy machine. Kyle Korver, congratulations, buddy. You made Spots Unfolded. Crazy stats. All right, Ron, let's talk some Major League Baseball. We're going to go quick on this because I don't know how much I could tolerate.
Oh, this is lovely. This is a lovely conversation. What are you talking about?
Do you believe Aaron Boone's job is in jeopardy with the New York Yankees? Like, can he hold on?
His job is always in jeopardy.
They've lost 7 straight. They got swept by the Red Sox. They got swept by the Detroit Tigers. Their last 2 series. Now second in the AL East, 3.5 games behind the Rays, who have won 7 straight. So they literally flip-flopped.
Wait.
Oh, boy. We're losing them, people.
I just had this cross my phone. I got an alert. The Boston Celtics have reportedly signed Cada to a 4-year, $56 million contract.
Whoa. I mean, he is a top-notch player. They're all done. They are telling you they don't care.
So we don't want a potential MVP.
Later, keep him. I don't know what they're doing. Well, at least they spent the money they saved. I guess we'll look at a positive. No, actually, because Paul George is making almost what Jaylen Brown was making, which still blows my mind too. So 7-game losing streak. The Yankees. I think he's held on to this job. Believe it or not, man, this guy has been around for a while. 745 and 535 as the Yankee manager. So what's that? Almost 1,300 games.
You know what's sad? That they've lost 7 in a row, and Tampa Bay has won 8 in a row.
Yeah. Oh, so
but
Tampa Bay must have won today. The Yankees are
only 4 games back.
Yeah, well, Tampa must have won today.
It's just mind-boggling.
Well, New York going into that Boston series had first place.
Yeah.
So I just thought my thought process was this, Ron.
But the Red Sox still lost to the freaking Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
So.
I will say this.
job is always going to be in jeopardy, Eric, because it is New York.
But at what point do they just allow the losing to continue? So this is like one of the worst losing streaks in the last, I think it's the last 10 years, they said. Like, this team is just not making a difference. With all the injuries, I understand it. Like, I get it. Fried, Cole has not been Cole, which was expected. Aaron Judge being out. I get, like, some of that stuff. But usually that's when, if you're a good manager, you can make moves that at least get you some wins. The fact that you can't get any wins, it just baffles me. And then I looked at his postseason record, 25 and 27. Like, if you're the New York Yankees, your goal is to win championships. We used to say that.
The sad part is they went to the championship. Yeah. So what was it before that run?
So I just think I think it's time. Like, they get to a point.
They should have jumped all over Don Mattingly is what they should have done.
Agreed. Look at the turnaround in Philly.
I think that would have been a no-brainer. I don't even care what your record was. If Don Mattingly was available, they should have jumped at that. And they didn't do it. I mean, when you look at Philadelphia right now, they're 49 and 39. They're only 2.5 games back.
Yeah, they turned it right around. As soon as they made the coaching
why aren't you trying to get him? Make a trade for Don Mattingly. Can you do that? I think you could.
Yeah. Something's going to change.
Aaron Boone has never been a great manager.
No.
They've always had a great team.
They've had players. And now that they don't, you can see the difference.
I'm not even sure that they don't. I think they do have a great team. He's just there. It's the players doing it on their own, really.
Yeah, he's too complacent. You gotta move on. You gotta get a guy in there that's gonna.
Aaron Boone had one highlight in his whole career.
Bleeping Boone. All right, Ron. You ready for a crazy stat?
Poor Tim.
One of your favorite players of all time, Kirby Puckett. Kirby Puckett.
Kirby.
Did you know Kirby Puckett is the only player in Major League Baseball's history to have a 0 home run season and also a 30 home run season? So he had 1984, he had no home runs. I can't remember how many at bats. But it wasn't like he only came out. He batted, a full season. 1986, he hit 30 home runs. So only player in Major League Baseball. You think about
that make you wonder?
Like, what changed in 2 years?
I know he was a good player.
All right, don't do it, Ron. Don't ruin it for people. You're going to put that in the atmosphere too now?
I mean, come on. That's the obvious, right?
Just when
like Brady Anderson. You're going to tell me Brady Anderson went from like 2 home runs to 52?
Yeah, some guys really, a little bit off the rails there.
Yeah, he figured something out. Yeah, how to inject.
Oh, boy.
The cream.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Why is my forehead getting bigger? So, Ron, before we move on to our split decisions, can we thank the once new, almost new, kind of new?
Absolutely, Eric. Tonight's show is brought to you by the once new 990 WBOB radio page. offering links to your favorite Providence, Rhode Island shows, including this one, Sports Unfolded, and the Bryant Bulldog Sports Hour.
Also want to thank our good friends there in Dallas, Georgia, 99.1 WDJY FM for putting us on every Saturday. We appreciate the support and the ears that are listening. Also want to thank our good friends here in Southeast Connecticut, S6E27 Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for the support and putting us on every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. We love the fact that you put these beautiful mugs, all over Connecticut.
I gotta say, I can't believe my agent hasn't gotten me a gig just reading off promos.
Yeah, I mean, you may want to. Do you have the same agent that Joey Tribbiani had? Because maybe that's your problem.
Yes. How did you know that?
Maybe that's your problem, man. You got to get Estelle. Was it Estelle?
Estelle.
Yes. You might want to fire her. I'm just saying. All right.
Wait,
Ron.
was it Estelle? Yeah.
I think it was Estelle.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. All right, my friend. Let's move on to some split decisions. Our split decision segment, basically, we give each other two more likely questions, and we have to make a decision. I am first tonight, so I will start you off, Ron, with your first split decision. Which team is more likely to sign LeBron James? Would it be the Golden State Warriors, the Miami Heat, the Cleveland Cavaliers, or the Philadelphia 76ers? Who's more likely to sign LeBron James?
I'm going to say the Cleveland Cavaliers because, first of all, Golden State blew their opportunity because the way they were going to be able to do it was an exemption clause, but they ruined that when they signed I can't remember who they just signed to. They signed one of their guys to a contract, and that blew the opportunity for LeBron to sign an exemption. So they are out. I don't think it's going to be Miami because for some reason I feel like Pat Riley holds a grudge.
Yeah, and they said they do have, both of them. There was some bad blood, supposedly.
I think he holds a grudge, and I don't think he's going to do it just because of that. It would be interesting. Oh God, I hope it's not going to be Philly because then they go into the championship if they do. But Cleveland, very interesting because they've had some opportunities the last couple of years, and I think LeBron could fix that problem. And it could get them over the hump to get there because that's a nice team. They have a couple of young players that did not perform very well in that final series they played. And I think LeBron, he could have gotten more out of those two players, and I think that's a big part of them growing up, right? They need a guy that is a leader, and LeBron is a leader. So I'm liking Cleveland. I think he comes goes back home.
Finishes his career at home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good one.
Oh, it's me.
That's usually how this works, my friend.
Yes, I see that now.
I go, you go. I go, you go. Hugo's not on.
Speaking of Hugo, where is Hugo?
Not on, man. Probably busy.
All right, Eric. Which team is more likely to win the NBA championship this year? Well, this coming season.
Yeah, gotcha.
Philadelphia 76ers, Toronto Raptors, Portland Trailblazers, or the Boston Celtics.
All right. Let's so the three teams you gave me, Philly, Toronto,
and Portland.
I think Portland's too young. I think they're not ready. So I can't. So that leaves me with Philly and Toronto on the screen here. If I had to choose between the two, based on experience, I mean, you go probably Toronto with Kawhi. Like, yes, Jalen got there and won one, but not as much as Kawhi's done it. But I really like the Philadelphia lineup. So, but I don't know if can Maxey, Embiid do it on the biggest stage. They haven't shown that either.
Well, you got Jaylen Brown that has done it.
So this is probably the toughest one I think you've ever given me. I'm leaning towards Toronto only because Kawhi has won it more times. So if he's healthy, I go Toronto. Because I still think at 35, I think he's 35, he still can give him another couple years where he's competitive. So Kawhi in Toronto. Okay. And I just think it's because the other two, regardless of, yes, Jalen's gotten there, but also Jalen hasn't gotten there, if that makes sense. There's been plenty of times where you're like, they're the favorites, they're the best team, and they still couldn't do it with Jaylen Brown in Boston. So
because fourth quarters. Yeah.
So
got to hit those free throws.
Oh, we should talk about that real quick. After I'll get split decision, we got to go real quick on this one. All right, Ron, your second split decision. Which NHL team that finished in last place is more likely to make the playoffs next season? The Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Rangers, the Chicago Blackhawks, or the Vancouver Canucks? All four teams finished in last. Which team is more likely to get to the playoffs next year?
Oh my Lord. Wait, get to the playoffs?
Just to the playoffs, not winning.
Just
okay. Playoffs,
and
buddy.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay.
Yes, Chicago Blackhawks. I think Toronto's got. They need to get a new GM.
Okay.
Because, on the outside, it looks like a nice signing getting Bobrovsky. But he was awful last year.
Yeah. That's why Florida struggled.
Yeah. And the Rangers, they just demolished their team, and they're not going to be good.
Okay. And the Canucks?
No, they're not good.
Oh,
they're going to trade half the players.
Hey, Robinson Cano. All right. Your second split decision.
Who is more likely to score more goals for the Washington Capitals this coming season? Alex Ovechkin with 32, Alex Tuch with 33, Tom Wilson with 30, or Alexei Protrust.
You're speaking like me.
Yeah, I can't read my own writing, and it's like cause problems.
I don't know if Ovechkin gets 32. I think he's on again, little by little. I like the Tuch signing. I think that's a good one for him. I don't think Tom Wilson. You said Wilson. What? How much did Prochess? What is it?
Protas had 25. And they have two of those guys, too, by the way.
So he'd have to make a good...
This is Alexei.
Beat. I'm going to go with Tuch. I think that's the reason they got him there. They're going to try to make him a featured scorer. I think he's got some speed. You talked about that last week. So you know what I mean? I think Tuch is going to take that leadership role. That's why they made that move. Signed him to a big deal. Right? And he's not...
I think Ovechkin's only getting $5 million this year.
We'll talk about that in the next segment. But he's going to make more than that. Trust me.
Oh, I know he's going to.
All right. So
$5 million bonus if you score a goal.
Wait till you hear this one. So before we get into the NHL, Ron, I wanted to ask you this because I read this story and I knew I wanted to talk about it and I forgot to put it in. The NBA is testing during the summer league, one free throw, and the free throw would count if it's a 1, 2, or 3-pointer. So it speeds up the game. I guess they've been doing it in the G League, but this would mean, other than in the fourth quarter, the last, I think they said 2 minutes, This in any time in overtime, you would have to shoot like both free throws or whatever, 3 free throws. But during the game, if you get fouled at the 3-point line, you would come to the line, shoot 1 free throw to get 3. Thoughts?
It's freaking horrible.
Can we make anything easier for anybody else in this world? Why don't we just place the, you know what NFL is going to do? We're going to place the ball at the 1-yard line for every team the entire game and see how many points they can score. This is absolutely asinine that you're going to, how do you count these poor guys that back in the day had to shoot all these free throws for it to count? Now you tell somebody you shoot 1, you get 3 points. What is the purpose?
Like, I thought you were going to tell me that, oh, you can go to the regular free throw line for a point. Then you move back a little to get 2 points per free throw, and then 3 points for a free throw. I thought that's where you were going with that.
You get fouled at the 3-point line.
Horrible.
You get fouled at the 3-point line, and it doesn't go in. You get to shoot 1 free throw and get 3 points if you make it.
Unbelievable.
And I also feel like this screws guys too, because what if you hit 2 of 3? You missed the first one, but you hit the next 2. Then you lose those points. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't, horrible. This better not happen. I don't know what the NBA is thinking.
I don't know.
But just keep an eye on that one, Ron. All right, let's talk some NHL. Yeah, so Alex Ovechkin returning for one more season here in the nation's capital. We're all giving the fist up. What's your expectations for him next season? So the Caps obviously decided to sign him for his 22nd season. And he signed a 1-year deal, $4.25 million. Ron, you are correct. But he earns an additional $4.75 million if he plays at least 10 games.
Yeah.
Which would bring him
with Bergeron.
Yeah, which will bring him to $9 million. He played in 82 last year. So I don't know if he'll make it. I don't know if he'll make that 10 game, man. That's a lot to ask for a guy that's only played 82 games last year. Yeah. Why don't you just say you signed him for $9 million and call it a day? Like, that's a guarantee.
Because
financially they have to.
It's
a bonus.
Some of this gets deferred.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
And it kicks the can down the road for next season. And this is what they did with Bergeron. It saves them a little bit of cap space this season, but next season, it's going to be a nightmare for them because it's going to be like double the salary. And so they're thinking this is his last season.
Yeah.
And I know he's probably already told them that. And they put a team together to go run at the Cup. And let me tell you, they gave him a nice team. Yeah. This team right now, I think can go to the Stanley Cup and win.
I mean, they were only 4 games out. They finished as the last team out in the postseason. So, again, you added enough, to your point, enough pieces. I will say this. Last year, Ron, 82 games, 32 goals, 32 assists, and 5 game-winning goals. So, again, you get that similar production from him with the pieces they added around. I don't expect him to get 40 goals. Like, I think he's a 30-goal scorer.
Yeah, no, that's what they're hoping for, is him to get 30. And you added a 30-goal scorer in Tuck, and they're thinking he might have a better season surrounded by the cast that they have rather than what Buffalo had, on their team. And Buffalo had a pretty nice team, but it was not a powerhouse like this is. I mean, Tom Wilson's a 30-goal scorer, and Protas is 25, and he's still hasn't hit his peak yet. So this team's going to be able to score some goals, and I'll tell you, that power play is going to be pretty brutal for some teams.
So I was going to ask, Ron, let me ask you this. He goes and has this crazy season. He scores 50 goals. Let's just say. That leaves him 21 away from 1,000. Right? Does he return for one more season? Does this backfire in the Capitals, or does he end up somewhere else? Like, what do you think that number would be for him to have to return next year? Because you got to say 1,000 goals would be insane to think about. Like, that's a number that
I know if I'm only going to be, if I'm Ovechkin and he has a great season, say he scores 40, and then he's only 31 away.
Yeah.
Right? I'm coming back.
Right? You're trying to get to 1,000. I'm
trying to get that 1,000. And I don't know why a lot of players don't do that, because we've seen players be one goal short. It's like, why not just go after that one? Yeah. The one home run. Who was it? Was it Albert Pujols that retired with like $7.99 or something like that, or $6.99 or whatever? So I don't know. Like, there's no way I retire if I need one more. But 20 goals, I'd come back if I'm him.
Right. So I think he may listen. This may not be the last season for him, but it's really going to depend on what he does this season. He scores, 25, 30 goals. You'd need 50, almost 50, 40 or 50 goals to get. At that point, you'd need 2 more seasons. It may not be worth
if he scores 40, he's coming back to get it.
If he's in that 20 to 30 goal range,
is it ever going to get done? You know what I mean? I'm sure somebody's going to do it.
As great as Gretzky was, right? The greatest of all time in hockey.
Yeah.
1,000 really puts like Ovechkin as like the greatest goal scorer in the history of the NHL.
Right.
Goal scorer, not player. I want people before because I don't think that number is going to be.
There's no question after
that's going to be so hard to match. That's going to be hard to match.
I mean, you have to stay healthy. You have to play 20 years.
And you have to score, 50 goals plus every year.
Right. Yeah. And for him to reach that milestone, there's no way I don't come back if I'm like 20, 30 away.
Right. Especially if you're going to make like $9 million too. Like, come back for 30 goals. I'll do that. $9 million. I don't know. All right, we'll see. We like their odds, though. You like the Caps odds?
I do. And, it's a far cry from what the Bruins have done. I'm just so PO'd at the claims, we got to bring it this year because, we're not happy with the results, blah, 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 blah. The chirping needs to stop, I'm already tired of it, because have you seen the players that they've signed?
I haven't even paid attention because
there's nobody. It's nobody. They're all minor leaguers.
And they let a couple guys go from Providence.
Oh my God! Okay. Can the draft suck more? Because now they traded away Fabian Lysell.
Oh, good.
It's like, we don't need to draft the first round picks anymore. Just trade them. Because if you're going to pick a guy and you don't keep him, what's the point? Trade it, use it for assets, but use it for guys that are good. They have a worse squad this year than they had last year. And I thought it was all third and fourth liners last year. It's looking worse. It's worse. They haven't signed anybody good. And there's some great players out there that would really fit. Like, hey, why not Patrick Kane? Why not Patrick Kane? The guy can still score goals. That's what you want, isn't it? You ultimately want to score goals. Why not kick the tires? Wouldn't it be nice to have Patrick Kane on the same line as Pasternak? It's ridiculous. They tried to get Tarasenko a couple of years ago. Tried. The old Red Sox try. He's available. He scored 23 goals last year. I'd take that. What's the problem?
Again, I think it's this whole market right now. And I think, again, because you're in Boston, they take for granted that the fans are just going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming. And that's the problem. Yeah. You've got The Red Sox still sell out, Fenway.
I haven't watched a game.
People are going, Ron. That's the problem.
I know they're going.
Right? Like,
They're
boycott
idiots.
it. Stop going. Make this ownership team say, where do you hurt the ownership team for them to make change? Their wallet. Holy cow. We're not selling out. We're not getting people at the concession stands or buying the merch. Now you change it.
Yeah, and the Celtics and the Bruins see
17
what's
to 1
happening, and they're following suit.
Shady, thanks for joining. 17-1 Cardinals in Cubs right now. 16 run difference. I would not want to be those fans.
I don't know if that's the most in history. Is it?
Is this? Oh, is it? Is it the biggest? Sorry, let's look it up.
I don't think that is.
And Major League Green largest. All right, not even close, boys. So Shady, the
32 to something, if I'm not mistaken.
The Chicago White Stockings in 1882 beat the Chicago Whitecaps,
right?
No, the Cleveland Blues.
Oh,
jeez. So the Chicago White Stockings beat the Cleveland Blues 35-4, which was a
I knew it was in the 30s. So, yeah, that's not even close.
The most recent one is 2007. The Rangers beat the Orioles 30-3, which was 27. That's the most recent.
Yeah, it's not close.
Like
17-1 is a blowout, yes, but it's not even close to the record.
So not a record, Shady. But thank you for the info. We appreciate it. It's
still
tuned.
pretty bad.
Stay on, man, my man. That's my man. All right, Ron, you ready for your crazy stat?
Absolutely.
Alex Ovechkin, man, he's up there in age, right? Age 40, but it's not even close to the oldest player in NHL history. We all know that was Gordie Howe at 52.
Yep.
But do you know who the oldest goaltender in NHL history was?
I'm gonna say, oh my God, Brimsek.
No, believe it or not, Maurice Roberts of the Canadiens was 45 years old, 345 days.
Interesting.
So Maurice Roberts, the oldest goalie in NHL history to play in a game. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So
nice
45,
job.
7 years though. Difference between him and Howe. A?
And it would be A because he is Canadian.
A? All right. All right, ready for pick and roll time?
It's time for pick and roll.
Tonight's pick and roll. These are active quarterbacks that have had at least a 27 touchdown passing season. We are on episode 27 of season 6. Every day I'm shuffling. And those quarterbacks were Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Caleb Williams, Jimmy Garoppolo, Joe Flacco, and Andy Dalton. We're going to rank them
Garoppolo?
From 6 to 1. Should probably be higher on the list.
Probably would.
All right, so I am first. I will start you off with my pick and roll. At number 6, I just because he hasn't had enough body of work, I went Caleb Williams, 16 and 18. I don't like that completion percentage. He needs to improve on that. 60.3 completion percentage, 7,483 yards, 6.6 yards per attempt. Not going to cut it either in the NFL. 47 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I mean, less mistakes, so that's good, but not enough body of work for me to put him ahead of any of the other guys. Not that any of the other guys are great. But at number 5 for me, I had Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo 43 and 21. So even though he had a winning record and 67.4% completion percentage, which was best out of all these guys, 15,828 yards, 8.2 yards per attempt, which is best on this list. 96 touchdowns and 52 interceptions. The only thing he did was win 2 championships sitting on a bench behind Tom Brady. I was not.
They don't ask you how they got one.
Yeah, I am not putting him ahead of anybody else based on that. At number 4 for me, a guy that I really like. Actually, wait, let me rephrase that. Has grown on me, but he had a losing record, so I had to put him at number 4. Baker Mayfield, 58-62, 63.5% completion percentage, 28.
Isn't there like a Cleveland exception?
They should be, right? Because he would have much better record otherwise. 28,525 yards, 7.2 yards per attempt, 197 touchdowns run, 101 interceptions, 2 Pro Bowls, a most improved player, and he won Rookie of the Year. So Baker Mayfield at 4, and the only thing that kept him out of being higher was because he has a losing record. He's only 4 games away. He may get ahead of that now. At number 3 for me, absolutely do not like this guy. But again, he had a winning record. Andy Dalton, 84 and 83s, 1 game over 500, man. It counts for something, I guess.
Isn't he going to start this year?
I don't know. I hope
he could.
62.6% completion percentage.
See, if I was him, I would go to Cleveland.
He definitely starting there. 39,793 yards, 7.0 yards per attempt, 254 touchdowns, pretty impressive. 151 interceptions, so 100 more touchdowns to interceptions, not bad. And a 3-time Pro Bowler. He was, he had Chad Johnson and all those guys in Cincinnati that got him those Pro Bowls. At number 2, Kirk Cousins, 88, 77, and 2.
Come on, you can't do it.
66.7%, 44,700 yards, 7.6 yards per attempt, 298 touchdowns, 131 interceptions. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, Ron, and a most improved player. He's won it once.
Yeah, you have to suck 1 year in order to get that.
But as bad as he was, I put Joe Flacco at number 1.
Oh, come on.
107 wins, which is most on the list. 94 losses, which is most on the list.
Yeah.
61.6% completion percentage, not very good.
No.
Most yards, though, thrown, 48,176. 6.7 yards per attempt, which is second worst on this list. But 272 touchdowns, 172 interceptions, so 100 difference on that. So I thought that was pretty impressive. 1 Pro Bowl, 1 comeback player of the year, but he does have a Super Bowl. And when he got there, Ron, he was the MVP of that Super Bowl. So guess what? He was number 1 because he was the best player in the biggest game. And none of these guys even got there or sniffed it. So Joe Flacco, number 1.
Garoppolo sniffed it.
Yeah, from Tom Brady's butt. That's about it.
At least he sniffed.
Yeah, well, we hope he sniffed.
Well, we saw this completely different, and that is because I took a different approach
to
the numbers. So, out of all the categories that these guys qualified for, percentage, completion percentage, yards per game, yards per attempt, touchdown to interception ratio, Super Bowls, Pro Bowls, and Super Bowl MVPs, along with their wins. Those are the categories that I ranked them 1 to 6.
Okay.
And then took the average.
Okay.
And whoever was the, had the lowest average, obviously
number 1. Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
So number 6, who had 38 points, which was the highest out of all of them, was Caleb Williams.
Okay, get it.
So he was near the bottom on almost every category except touchdown to interception ratio, which he was number 1.
Danny, thanks for joining. Danny, hi, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining, Danny. We've missed you.
Yes.
Okay.
So Caleb Williams was at the bottom except for the touchdown to interception ratio, which he was number 1. 3.62 touchdown to interception rate.
Okay.
Which is pretty excellent. Then there was a 3-way tie with 26. So that is when I had to say, okay, looking at all those 3 players, I had to come up with a decision on who I wanted. So number 5, I had Andy Dalton with that 84 and 83 record.
1 game over 500, agreed.
So out of those 3 guys that were there, he had the worst record. Therefore, I put him at number 5. Then I had Joe Flacco, who went 107 and 94. Not a very great win percentage, although it was a win percentage. So, I know he got Super Bowl MVP, but he shouldn't have gotten the Super Bowl MVP. That defense won that Super Bowl.
But he got it. And he did get credit for that. So he was ranked number 1 for Super Bowl MVP. Everybody else was ranked number 2. He got a point for Super Bowl. So he was ranked number 1. I didn't give credit to Jimmy for those 2. Okay.
So I just want to clarify that. So Joe Flacco was number 4, and then I had Jimmy Garoppolo at number 3 because that win percentage was pretty good. That's a good win percentage. He also had the best completion percentage and the best yard per attempt. And therefore,
Hugo, thanks for joining.
He made it to number 3. The other 2 weren't close at all. Baker Mayfield, yes, that record, but that's what happens when you're in Cleveland. I'm sorry. It's just what happens when you're in Cleveland. So it was a debacle, but all his other numbers are pretty good. He averaged 231.9 yards per game in his career, even with Cleveland involved. So he made it to number 2, but I had Kirk Cousins number 1. He had the most yards per game, 256.9. He also had 4 Pro Bowls, which was amazing. Of course, Super Bowl quarterbacks aren't going to Pro Bowls. But he had a 66.7%, which was second behind Jimmy Garoppolo. So Kirk Cousins was like second in so many categories. He ended up having the best average, and I went with Kirk Cousins.
Okay. I like what you did there.
Basically, Super Bowls were
that wasn't bad, though. I like the way you did that. That was pretty good. Yeah. You're always a step ahead, man. Step ahead.
I think Joe Flacco ended up getting screwed in all of that. But you know what? I don't think he's that good anyway.
Yeah. I don't either, but listen. You know what he did there is win in Cleveland. Joe Flacco. Just saying. All right. Well, all right, guys. Let us know how you think we did. But that was good, Ron. That was really good. All right, my friend. Before we get into our predictions, it is Hall of Fame time.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you guys haven't voted. This will be the last and final week to cast your votes before we name a new member of the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame, or 2 new members of the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. Last month, Oscar De La Hoya and Allen Iverson both inducted into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. We love our list because guess what?
Congrats, Allen Iverson.
Right? It's all by the fans, man. Cleveland rocks. Yes, it does, Hugo. Yes, it does. All right. Hopefully you're on a computer right now. Get your phones out. Scan the QR code as we speak. Go ahead, Ron. Go get it.
No.
Because all we hear is all right. Ron will not be returning to tonight's show.
And you'll be stuck on these graphics
for quite some time. All right. So scan this QR code and bring you to the page right now. You can vote for either Jason Taylor, Joey Porter, Michael Strahan, Dwight Freeney, or Julius Peppers. One of those gentlemen will get in to the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. I will tell you right now that the leader.
Oh, wow, we have a Taylor and we have a Porter.
Michael Strahan is way ahead in this one. So this is the last week for you to vote for anyone else. Otherwise, Michael Strahan looks like the winner in that one. He is definitely way ahead.
Oh, is this an early
early projections? Yes. Yes. So if you look at it, right, this region hasn't voted yet, Ron. So
what's the guy's name on MSNBC that's like making a name for himself?
I love that. I watch it every year when the
Carbonaki or whatever his name is.
And then he just got the map up, and then it's like I think right. So we need the Miami, Southern, right, in that Pittsburgh area, but those votes haven't come in yet to get Jason Taylor, Joey Porter.
And Indianapolis is late too.
Right. So if we get some of those, possibly you could see a shift, Ron, in the polling. But currently, Michael Strahan, that New York market taking over right now, that whole region is just Strahan it. So all right. If you haven't voted, here's your last chance before we move on to the next one. Scan that QR code. And then for NBA coaches.
This is disturbing me.
Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Rudy Tomjanovich, Chuck Daly, and Rick Adelman.
How are people not voting for the guy that just died?
So Phil Jackson is leading in this one. Only two guys got votes. That's it. Phil and Pat. Man, nobody else they think deserves.
Go, Pat.
So
Pat.
Riley, that Saturday Night segment where, you're Pat, all right. So cast your votes right now, and then stay on that page. It'll bring you right to the Sports Unfolded website. Check out the Hall of Fame page. You can see all of the athletes and all their accolades of why they're in by the fans. The fans have voted those guys in. So. And gals, fans, the guys and the girls, the women, everything. They're all in there. Every one of them. Coaches, broadcasters. I mean, we're moving the needle here at Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. So we're excited about that. All right, Ron. It is coming down to prediction time. If you want to bring that shot up. Danny, I know, is on. He's always wondering how he did last week. Danny, you went 2-2. Hugo 4-2. Eric and Ron 5-2 because we got the NASCAR winner, the race winner.
Yes,
Shane
we did.
Ginsbergen. So again, you can make some moves here. If you are joining us live right now, all we ask is that you let us know who you want to win these games, and we'll put your name on the chart as well. We are starting off in Major League Baseball, Ron, on the 3rd. So this weekend, 3-game series between the Chicago White Sox, and they are traveling to the Cleveland Guardians. This is for first place. Neither one of these teams. Chicago's absolutely terrible on the road. Cleveland's like 2 games over 500 at home. Something had to give, but based on the fact that Chicago's so bad on the road, I went with the Cleveland Guardians to at least take 2 of 3.
Yeah, I went with Cleveland as well. I also think that they're the better team.
I think so,
not
too.
Not by much.
Yeah, I think, listen, the White Sox and what they've been able to do this season has been pretty remarkable, so I'm not going to take anything away from them. But, yeah, I think
they'll have a big purge coming.
One of the Sox, see, if you have Red Sox, not as good as White Sox. You need White Sox. Back in the old days, we always had those White Sox. Hugo, who you picking? Danny, who you picking? Shady, if you're still on, picking. Hugo's going.
Real Slim Shady, please stand up.
Who are you taking? Best of 3, Cleveland for Hugo. Hugo having a pretty good year too now. He's bounced back. He's over 500. So, I mean, definitely turning around.
You might hit 60%, Eric.
Don't jinx it. Don't do it.
You know that has not been
You're doing it on purpose. No, you're doing it on purpose. It's not going to work. Nope. I focus on week to week, my friend. That's all I'm looking at. What's this week's? go. I guess Danny's left us.
No, Danny, no.
Shady might have left as well. So let's move on to another Major League Baseball 3-game series. You got the Atlanta Braves, our friends out there in Dallas, Georgia, at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Both of these teams obviously pretty competitive. Braves, though, best record in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. There's no way I'm picking Pittsburgh over Atlanta here. I'm definitely going Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a sweep.
Hey, I agree with you. The Braves, a much better team. So definitely home of the Brave. Home of the Brave, Hugo. I like it.
You know, this only works. My comeback only works if we pick differently. We picked everything the same last week.
Lately, it's starting to look that way. Got some WNBA action tonight, Ron. The Minnesota Lynx at the New York Liberty. Last week, Liberty win the Commissioner's Cup. So they're half of the way from doing a clean sweep for the New York basketball teams if they can win the championship, which is pretty crazy. So that's something that might be fun to watch this year if they can do that. Crazy stat. But I'm going
right in front of our eyes.
But I'm going Minnesota here with that Lynx. Yes, Hugo. I'm going with the Lynx. Just the best team in the WNBA right now, Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going New York. You know, I just think they're going to be at home. They know this is a big game, and I think they're going to take care of business at home.
Okay. All right. I like it. July 5th, you got the Indiana Fever at the Las Vegas Aces, another WNBA barn burner there. I guess is that what we're going to call it? Barn burner.
Yeah, I'm going with Vegas. They're the better team. I think they're second overall, if I'm not mistaken.
They are.
5 losses, I believe.
I don't know how many losses. They're definitely in second.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. So I'm going Las Vegas Aces. I know Indiana's 11-8. They're still having a good season, but not as good as the Aces.
Hugo going with Vegas, breaking out the emojis. We always love those. If you're going to pick games, people, use the emojis. Use the emotes. We love them. All right, Ron, we got some FIFA action. I've been watching a ton of FIFA. I am really falling in love with this game. So the 5th, this is a big one. Mexico versus England in the round of 16.
You hear the England team crying about something that they feel like they have a disadvantage because they had to go to Mexico.
Yeah. Someone got a ball to the gonads last night.
Someone got a ball to the
70-mile-per-hour ball kick. Yeah, dude. Sometimes those guys, I don't know how they don't get it more in some areas.
Yeah, whether it's the face or there.
Yeah.
And they just line up, and it's like, okay,
yeah.
Who do I want to hit?
Yeah, right.
That's what I would do. It's like you don't need to score the goal there. You just want to injure somebody, and you can decide whether it's the face or the other head.
Gotcha. Oh, this is my pick, isn't it? I'm going with Mexico here. I like the Mexican team. I think they've played some great football.
They have.
So Mexico versus England, Hugo. And England really has struggled to win. One of my coworkers, he's from England. He was, telling me, he's like, they barely win every game. Like they are just, and Mexico is dominated. So I'm going Mexico here.
Yeah, I'm going England. I think, there are there's another reason why I'm going England, because I feel like there's going to be an upset. And I don't think this is going to be the upset.
Okay. Not only did he put Mexico, but then he put that emoji of tacos, burritos, the flag. I love it.
Oh, believe me, I am rooting for Mexico.
Is that a pastel? Right? Yeah, I think so. Got the little tie there. Look at him. All right.
I'm rooting for Mexico, but I think England is going to prevail.
Okay. All right. All right. On the 6th run, enchilada. Oh, it could be an enchilada.
It could be or is.
I just see the tie thing. I don't know. I think it's a pastel. Pastele. I don't know. Anyway, on the 6th, USA versus Belgium, round of 16 here to go to the
now here is where I believe there will be an upset.
Final 8.
Because I'm looking at how the teams have played, and I know, England has just barely gotten by, but I think they can step up. Belgium is one of the top teams, mind you, and it's the United States' fault that they're playing Belgium, because if they would have won that last game like they should have, they would have had to play, a lesser of a team. But we have to play Belgium. But I feel like Belgium can be had. And I believe that the way they got this team playing, they can beat Belgium.
Yeah,
and I'm going USA.
Yeah, Hugo went USA. I'm going USA. I think they got a ton of momentum. And again, being in the United States, I feel like chicken. Hey, what
is it with the chicken, Hugo? Every show you're coming in, you're saying chicken right off the top.
I don't know. My man likes chicken. So I would say this, though, too, Ron. If you look at the USA team, they know, I think this country, we talked about it with the Olympics and the hockey, you're getting that same momentum. You're getting the same momentum from
watch those ads,
right? From this World Cup with the U.S. soccer team. You can see it building. And listen, I think if they can get it to at least to that, I guess it's final 8. I don't know what they call it. That's an accomplishment for the U.S. men's team.
If they get by this round, it's amazing, because Belgium is a top 10 team.
Belgium barely got by their last match.
I know. They are a top 10 team.
Right? They had to come back. They had to win. Late second goal. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, no, I like it, though. I like it. It's a good matchup. All right. Final one, Ron. NASCAR. It's in Chicagoland. It's in Illinois. The Aero 400. We need a top 5 driver.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, I think it is.
Wait, is it? No,
I don't know.
It's you.
I'm going Brad Keselowski. He runs this track extremely well.
Yes, Kez.
So Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, I'm going Tyler Reddick.
Okay.
He hasn't won in a while. I think he needs to get another win. It's been Kyle Larson dominating.
Yeah. All right. So,
except for the road races.
That's
that
our
belongs
boy,
to
Ginsbergen. That's our guy every time. Okay. Kyle Larson again for.
Let's go into the well.
All right. Hugo, we put you down, my friend. All right. Tune in next week, Hugo. We'll see how you did. Again, can you stay over 500? I think you can, my friend. I think you can.
Yeah, I think he's going to do all right.
All right.
He's got pretty much the same thoughts as most of our picks, and he has a blend of both.
Yeah, he's got a blend. He's blending.
He's blended.
All right. Yeah, okay.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I knew where you were going. I just watched that the other night again. All right, Ron, it is final thoughts time, and our final thoughts don't necessarily have to be about anything sports related. It could be about anything happening in the world today. I am first, so I will give you my final thought. And this story, when I read it, it kind of bothered me, and I don't know why it does, because it shouldn't.
Don't take mine.
Tim Hardaway Sr., his son just signed with the Miami Heat, wanted to wear the number 10 in honor of his dad, which is retired by the Heat. And for some reason, he won't let him do it. He's like, that's my legacy. Let him have his own. And I think, to me, the biggest legacy would have been if you allowed your son to take your number and to wear it once again, and to see Hardaway on the back of a number 10 jersey. Like, it just would have been something monumental that your son came and probably finishes his career in Miami. And yet you won't let him do it. So I felt weird about it.
Not let your son do it.
Like, yeah, like I get it if it was some random dude that was like, oh, I loved him and I wanted to be, wear his shirt. That's different. This is your son who bears your name. He's junior.
The jersey's already made.
Right? He's junior. They changed the S to a J. Like, what are we doing here? So it bothered me. It shouldn't have, but it did. Tim Hardaway Sr., I would say, please change your mind, because this makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't get it. I just don't.
The ultimate honor is for a son to give his father.
Right? Like, I would have taken it that way. Like, thank you, son, for wanting to continue my name.
Right.
To probably fans that have watched his dad play 20 years ago, like, that loved his dad. Like, this would have been a great way to honor him. And yet I don't want created my legacy. This would actually further your legacy. So I didn't understand that thought process. It bothered me. So that was my final thought.
Yeah, my final thought is really, and I still have that up there, so that's gotta go. My final thought goes to the craziness in the NBA and NHL this year. I have not seen anything like what we're seeing in a very long time, if ever. I mean, and it's not even the free agent signings. It is trades. There have been so many trades, and it's affected just about every team in both leagues. I mean, when you think about all of these players that are switching from team to team just because of the trades, it has been a whirlwind, and fans, I think, are quite confused on what's going on. They're not even going to be able to identify their team when they get on the court or the ice. I mean, it's been that different. But two teams still remain an enigma, and that is your Boston Celtics and Boston Bruins, who have done nothing but give stuff away. I think, it is. They deserve a ball. Not me. They do.
That's for them.
And with the new ownership in the Celtics, we see the direction they're going. They are doing exactly what the Boston Red Sox do. They make it look like they're trying to do more, and they do less. Yeah. And then the Bruins, I just think that they don't have a clue. And I haven't actually said it, but I'm saying it now. It is time for Don Sweeney to get the hell out of the office, because I can't stomach it anymore. I'm tired of wasted draft picks. I'm tired of wasted talent. Expect Lysell to make a team and probably net 15 to 25 goals, because he's good. He's got a lot of talent. And, Matt Patra is probably soon to follow him, because I don't think they want to sign anybody. And he's a restricted free agent. They are going to wait for somebody to sign him and then decide whether or not to match it. And they're not going to match it because they don't want to pay anybody. And we're going to be stuck in the same limbo every single season for, I don't know, another 10 years.
You are right, my friend. You said it the best. All right, Ron, before we sign off, let's wish our country a happy 250th year birthday. So happy 4th of July to all those that are going to celebrate. Be safe. out there, right? Obviously, protect yourselves, protect your family members. Make sure that yes, I saw that. If you're going to be out there, be vigilant too. Keep your ears open, because again, there's a lot of bad people out there that are, I'm sure, going to attempt to make something of a name for themselves, unfortunately. So protect yourselves. Have some fun though at the same time, right? Be safe while you're out there. And we will see you next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Rhode Island Broadcasting, Sports Unfolded. Check us out on our social media platforms. Like, share, follow our show. If you're watching this show afterwards, tell your friends about it. Share it. Come see us. Come join us every Friday. We'd love to participate. Do want to thank Shady for joining, Hugo for joining, Danny for joining tonight. You guys were amazing. Kenny for joining us earlier today as well. You guys are always awesome. Thank you for the support. And we look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Ron, I get to do it with you again next week. I always appreciate you, my man. And all we ever ask for every single show is that we finally get peace on earth.
Salute for the country. Have a great night, everybody. See you next week.